All right, Dane. Today I have Dane with me. I've asked Dane to join me to torture him.
You want to introduce the channel or anything?
No, they're already on the channel. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
So, we're gonna use Archidekt for the first time together today. Dane really likes Moxfield, and I really like um, Tapped Out.
You-
And we're
Mana
gonna
box is actually what I like, but that's
sure
fine.
Dane really loves Mana Box on his Nokia flip phone. Um, anyways, Dana and I are gonna build a deck, but we're gonna build a deck together, and I don't. We're gonna see how long this takes. I was gonna add a countdown timer, but we're gonna see. We're just gonna check. So right now we're gonna shoot for like 45 minutes. If you ever watch like 40K in 40 minutes, we're gonna try to have Magic the Gathering in 40 minutes. So we have to randomly pick a card. So Dane, I'm gonna get on my phone and I'm gonna randomly do like random commander. I know
I'm
you.
not
I'm.
currently.
This is
I don't think I'm.
actual.
I don't think I'm
Oh, you're ready. You're
in the
hot.
collaboration right now.
Oh,
So
you're hot and ready for this. Hold on. Random.
okay, now I'm in the deck with
Okay,
you.
random commander. Let's go. And random. Okay. Okay. Thank God it's green. Okay, so we're gonna add this card. This is the commander that we got.
All right, who's the lucky commander?
Tuya Bearclaw. Whenever Tuya Bearclaw attacks, it gets +X+X, where X is the greatest power among other creatures you control. And then we're going to add that in. Let's add it. How do we add it? Add it in. Set commander. All right. So now we got to now we put the deck together.
My first thought would be, I guess, maybe a food chain style.
So what? It's just when it attacks, you just need a creature that's big. If you're gonna need creatures that are big, I think the
You can
biggest.
either go creatures that grow themselves, or you can make the deck in a way where they just progressively get bigger.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you could do
it's
one
only a
counters type stuff.
it's only a single creature. So in order to have her, we have red and green. So I don't know if we're gonna get double strike, but we'll get trample. The number we want to hit is probably 7 or above, so we at least need our creatures to be 5/5s. So like, what's the highest that we would want? Like the highest creature needs to be a 19/19 in order to knock out our opponents in one go, which is probably unlikely. With trample, we would have to buff this by 19 to knock out someone in one hit with no double strike and only trample. So very unlikely that that's going to happen. So this is probably a multi-hit commander. My first thought to add to this deck to make this deck actually work, do we agree that this is probably a trample Voltron creature tribal, maybe extra combats?
I mean,
Like
yeah, a combat focused deck.
the
Um,
dragons that do extra combats are like all 7/7s, which is really good, or 5/5 or above. Oh, see, you get to add. Okay, sure. Oh, we can. Yeah, we get to both add. So here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add.
does it show that I added that?
It does. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
No.
so
Oh,
you can
yeah.
see Champion of Lampold. Champion Lampold's going to be
Oh, you know
a
what? I
real.
need to give me a second. I'm gonna stop. I've got to stop screen sharing. There
It's
we
going to
go.
be a real gem in this kind of deck. I mean, not only does it get bigger whenever a creature enters the battlefield, every time you cast a creature, is it going to get bigger? But then also, every creature you have that's smaller is unblockable. Well, actually, now that I think about that, Tuya will always be bigger than Champion, so maybe that's counterintuitive. I mean,
Okay.
Champion will always get bigger, but it won't be able to make Tuya unblockable. So maybe I'll take it out for now.
I have a pick. Oh my gosh, Kedis is $7 now. Why? Thing was 25 cents forever.
It's a partner, dude. Every time there's a new
So
combo with it.
we won't get to partner it, but I do want to put Kedis in because Kedis is going to give our commander deals damage to each other opponent, and it's not Kedis, it is the commander. So that'll count for commander damage to help with like basically double strike. It'll basically be if we hit one person, we're gonna hit everybody. And you know what? On the on the terms of that, I think I want to add anger, and I think that we could very easily crop rotation and harrow a mountain into the grave.
Sure. Well, I don't know about crop rotation, Commander. I feel like it's a little slow.
How do we? Oh, that's gonna force us. I don't. I'm looking at. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at getting anger in the grave very quickly. I'm looking at on turn one. We need in order in order for this to give our commander haste. At like when she comes out, we would need a crop rotation, and then we would need to faithless looting or tormenting voice.
There's a lot of good ways to give her haste. Maybe don't get focused on that. Let's focus on.
I'm just thinking of the. I'm thinking of the card draw. I'm thinking of card draw, and I'm thinking of how to get anger into the grave. So I'm gonna look up tormenting voice, and then
no, but nothing you're thinking of is like the core. The core strategy is we got to make her big, right?
Yeah, but this is gonna come in. This is gonna work on giving her haste. Hold on, let's. I think we're gonna have to put lightning greaves in. And I think we're going to have to put Swiftfoot Boots in. And then I'm trying to get, other than Faithful Suiting. There we go. Tormenting Voice. And then what is the other Tormenting Voice that's the instant speed? Thrill. It's not Thrilling Discovery. No, that's not it. Oh, I'm very close. I'm very close. That is also a draw. What? Please remind me. Do you remember what it is? Not Search for Tomorrow.
What are you asking?
So I'm getting the instant. I need the instant version of Tormenting Voice. The discard a card, draw 2 for 1 and a red, but it's an instant.
I don't know. Just look it up.
Okay, I'll look that up.
I'm trying to get creatures figured out here.
So I think we're both on the same page. With a 3-mana commander, we want our very fast ramp. So we want rampant growth, and then we're gonna do our new snow into the north.
I don't know. I'm really not a fan of that.
Yeah, well.
Because what are you going to get? You're going to get tapped lands, and you got a 3-mana commander. So I don't know. I could see you getting a little slowed down that way.
I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna get our commander out and a 5/5 dragon that has 2 combats by turn 3. I think we're gonna get our commander out, and then the next turn we're gonna get that dragon with extra combats. Then our commander's gonna attack without the dragon, and I think that's the best that we can hope for. I see no reason not to add 2-mana ramp. Like one mana ramp and 2-mana ramp, I feel like has to go in. Oh my god, why are they going to put these cards in white? Yeah, Wayfarer's Bauble, font of... What is the dragon? We need that dragon. So we're gonna need the dragons that do double.
I hope you're not talking about Hellcat Charger, because I hate that card.
I'm not exactly sure if that's the one I'm talking about at the moment. We're gonna double check. First, I'm gonna add Terror of Mount Volusis in for 7 mana, double strike. When an ETB is double strike a commander, so we'll give the commander double strike and 7/7, which I think is decent. I don't think that's bad.
I think Thunderfoot Bailoff is a good finisher. It's going to give trample and +2/+2 to itself and the commander when they're both on the field. And so then the commander's going to get +7/+7.
So it'll be a 9/9 trample.
It'll get +9 total from Thunderfoot Bailiff and trample. Assuming Thunderfoot's the biggest thing you have.
Oh, you're
It'll
right.
be
You're right because
it'll be additional +2 from the Thunderfoot's ability, so that stack's pretty good.
Okay, so let's think about our removal package really quickly. So this is I want a return to nature, so we have instant speed reaction for grave or artifacts and enchantments, and those are both before our commander. Soul Ring. Go ahead and put the Soul Ring in. Do we want mana dorks or mana rocks in this deck? I think we want mana dorks because at the very least,
mana dorks and land ramp. I don't see a lot of need for rocks in this kind of deck.
So I'm just curious about. Let's see. Let me go ahead and get some more of the lands.
We're not worried about budget. This kind of deck really wants.
Oh no! I'm worried.
Guardian Augmenter.
I'm still worried about budget.
Flash commander creatures you control get +2. Oh, you are concerned about budget.
Oh yeah. Well, still though, we might be able to.
Well, that's another $7 card, so I don't know that we can.
So some of the budget on this isn't necessarily correct. I mean, so, we're not going to be counting the 2 snow covereds. We're not counting those. Those are going to count for free. But I am going to go. We're going to go add Highland Forest. That's going to be that one. Okay, so we've got our snow package done. Is there a good land that would buff our? Would we want a land that buffs any of our creatures or gives them trample, or do we want the hideaways? Do we want either hideaway?
I really like Kessig Wolf Run. It's not a good way for me to continue searching my way and also add something. Yeah, you added Kessig. Okay, Kessig's a good one. That gives trample and haste, I believe. Or just trample.
Just trample, but it is an
and
untapped.
Then +X, right?
It is an untapped land. It's +X/+0 and trample. I'm highlight or.
That's a pretty solid finisher.
Yeah. Let me look at some more removal. So I like 1 mana removal in green, and I know is it a natural.
Natural.
There's a 1 mana removal where they just gain life. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Because I'm not
Return to Nature.
No, we have Return to Nature. It's Nature's Claim.
Nature's Claim. Okay.
I think. Yeah, Nature's Claim. It's a little expensive, but it does what we want it for instant speed and 1 mana. I am thinking about board wipes in this deck, and I'm wondering what.
Finisher seems redundant. Just put that in with Pump. That's like the same type of effect.
Which one? What card?
Like Double Strike and Trample. That's like the same thing.
Sure. How do we feel about Experiment 1? Do you know Experiment 1?
I don't.
So it's a. Here, I can add it in.
Yeah, just add it in so everybody can see it here.
Okay. Okay, so Experiment 1, so it's an evolve, and it has remove 2 counters, regenerate. So my thinking here is that on turn 1, we're gonna get a green creature if we're able to play it from our opening hand. And then anytime we play a creature at all, it's going to keep getting bigger. And it'll stay big. And we can keep it semi-big and regenerate it. So someone's going to have to double removal this, since we can regenerate it.
That's not bad.
And I think that might help keep. It's a very low costed creature that's really only in here for like staying big. I will say, how do we feel about Galta? Only because Galta. So Galta.
No, Gotham makes a lot of sense in this deck. Because it's whenever it attacks, you get it until the end of turn. Right. So you go to attack, you have a
Yeah.
5/5, your commander becomes a 7/7,
14,
and the 5/5. Yeah, you're already there. No. So you have a 5/5 on the field. You have a 2/2. You get +5/+5, so now you have a 7 and a 5. That's 12. That's enough for Galta. So just one
yes.
5/5 and a Tuya.
Right. Well, and so the big thing here
So
is
you cast
even if
Galta
we're
your second main for 2, and you didn't have to do that much.
right, and even if we're not attacking, I'm sorry, it is only attacks, so we do still need to declare an attack. I'm kind of thinking Rancor as a recurable, like.
No, Rancor's solid.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I was about to say.
One interesting thing.
Let's just note real quick how Card Kingdom. I just want to note real quick how Card Kingdom wants $3 for Rancor instead of the 80 cents or $2.29. What is up with that?
Because it's the Fallout version.
Oh, we can definitely change that.
So, one way you can build this deck is by only using creatures that, for example, are. When this creature, it's like.
That's the cheapest one.
All right, you're interrupting my thought. So my thought is there are some creatures that are like, it has an ability, and then when it attacks or when it enters, it passes that ability to a single other creature. So, like, let me try to find an example. But you could definitely use those kinds of effects, and basically, you don't have to worry about buffing your commander. You only have to worry about the abilities as long as you're using creatures that are big. Let me see. Like, I'm trying to get used to this searching cards with this thing. I'm not a big fan of how I have to.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna keep working on. I'm gonna double check our ramp packages. So right now we're at. If we're looking at cards that are going to give us lands, we're looking at Wayfarer's Bauble, a 1, Search for Tomorrow 2, Rampant Growth 3, Into the North 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 cards that are going to give us lands right now, so we need more cards that give us lands at 2 mana, preferably something that's going to give us mountains or forest. For real cheap. We don't want to spend a lot of money. What is another land ramp that's before turn 3 that's cheap?
Font of Fertility.
I've got that one in here already.
Font of Fertility, Wayfarer's Bauble. You already did the basic Rampant Growth and the other one.
I did Rampant Growth and Into the North. And this one we have Harrow. Is there another Harrow-like effect that has
Heartseek's better than Out of the North.
That is not true because we won't be able to get a forest.
You will always be able to get a forest because you use the dual lands that enter untapped.
It's also pricier. It's not as pricey as 3 visits or Nature's Bond. However, Nature's Bond.
You like Search for Tomorrow?
I like it because we have such a low mana costed creature, like commander.
No, I see. Yeah.
No, that is not what I want. What card am I thinking of? We are going to need Cinderglade. Yeah, Cinderglade. Our Mountain Forest. Do we have any other mountain? Is this a hideaway deck? Do you think we're gonna be attacking? We're gonna be having creatures with big toughness out. The Troll Bridge, probably.
The Green Hideaway, yeah. I forget what that
What
was
is
called.
the Green Hideaway?
Green Hideaway just requires you to have a certain amount. I think it's 10 total power toughness. And then you to get, whatever of the 3 cards he stashed away. But I don't remember the name.
Mosswort. Yeah, Mosswort Bridge. And then I think the other one, Spine Rock Null, is dealt 7 or more damage.
I believe that's correct. I'm not as confident on that one. I mean, it'll happen, but I don't know that we've put enough evasion in just yet.
Well, we do have minimalistic. Do we want to put like? So I know there's that fungus creature that if it dies, it just comes back and it's a 7/7. I'm really thinking we'll probably need something like that if we're going to keep that around. You would hate my Google search to have got greatest power. So this is awesome.
Goblin Archomancers, just a solid inclusion.
And where did you put Goblin Archomancer?
I'm adding it now.
Okay. I just added Phytotitan in, so when it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped. At the next upkeep, it's a 7/2. It doesn't have anything else, but for a 7/2, that's going to give our commander up to 9/9 because it is power. It does not care about toughness at all. So as long as it has a strong power, it could not have any toughness, and we would be fine. Also,
why am I not able to search?
So we have Dane already not liking Archidekt.
I'm very particular about my search functions, and it's a little restrictive.
I'm gonna add Brawn. Yeah, you kind of have to. I'm searching my phone right now. There is a card search. I think there's an advanced card search.
I'm in advanced. Yeah, I'm obviously in advanced card search.
There's a type, a subtype, Oracle text, flavor text, lore.
No, you don't understand.
I understand. You don't know the lore and the flavor text of all the cards you want to search.
I typed the word of the card and it didn't come up. So
no, you didn't type the flavor text of the card in.
All
right. This is Gruul. Gruul Charm is very good. Gruul Charm is very good. It's gonna actually make it where creatures you either get your creatures back 3 damage to everything with flying, or creatures without flying can't block, which is really good. I think them not being able to block would be good. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and add that other card in that I was thinking about, like Tormenting Voice, and that card is gonna be Thrill of Possibility.
Okay.
And I went ahead and added Brawn in, so Brawn's gonna give us Trample if it's in the grave and we have a Force in the grave, which with the Crop Rotation, the Harrow, and then the Draw Discard for red, I think we might be able to get that. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my some of the staple lands, I guess. So I think Command Tower. This one's going to be...
Here we go. This is one I'm not sure you're aware of because it's kind of an interesting card. I wouldn't put it in very many decks. I don't know how many looting type effects we need in this, but Bitter Reunion I'm going to add in now. Oh, cool. It's an enchantment. It's whenever it enters, discard a card. If you do, draw 2, and then you may sack it, pay 1 and sack it at any time, and all your creatures get haste that turn.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty decent. I think we
There we go. I
Oh,
got
our red and green cost down. Okay, and it's a 2/2. So then I gotcha. And then are
get
we
in.
liking? Is there one of the dragon or cons that's green or red that we like?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Is there a planeswalker we like?
Um, not on curve. That's my problem. Is I'm trying to.
One mana planeswalker, please.
I mean, in these colors, there is the one commander that I like. I'm blanking on the name.
Do we want?
Domri is the only one I would want, which is one red green
Yeah,
creatures you control get +1/+0, and then it also adds mana or kicks down to fight.
that and Domri is still pretty cheap. Creature spells can't be countered this turn is very important for Domri. I would very much like to not play my commander on turn 3 if on or on 3 mana if on turn for 4 mana it can't be countered. I don't think we're gonna get that effect very many other times either. Um, let's see. I've been avoiding just looking up the commander on EDH Rec for sure.
Yeah, there's no need to do that.
No, I think that's actually going to hurt us. I would like to do a comparison later though. None of the monuments are going to be cheap enough. They're 3 mana, so they're the same as our commander. So we don't want that 2 mana ramp farewell stone.
Which one is that?
Farewell stone is just the
Felwar Stone. Sorry,
which
you said it
actually
wrong.
hold on. Oh, you know what we want? We actually want the tap for mana burn, I think. The mana dork. Yeah.
You know what? This is a pet card of mine, but I think it makes a lot of sense in this deck. So I'm gonna add it in. You're gonna tell me what you think. This card, I think I've only had the pleasure of one deck that you've seen. It's Wilderness Elemental, fantastic commander card. Wilderness Elemental is a cold snap card, and it says whenever its power is always equal to the number of non-basics your opponents have, which in most games is a minimum of 1 each, so it's always 3 power for 3. So 3/3 for 3 that has trample is decent, but in most games your opponents are each going to have 2 or 3 apiece. So late game, that's just a lot of boost to your commander for 3 mana. Theoretically, that could be the biggest creature in your deck, depending on your opponent. Love that card. That's a good card.
I'm gonna look up some more Gruul land.
Oh, this is back to budget. What do you feel about Ancient Stone Idol? One less for each attacking creature, flash, it's a 12/12 with trample.
Put that in? Because it doesn't need to be... It could be a defender, and we would be fine. Where... You put it in, and you tell me where it's gonna go.
Just creatures.
Ah, ooh, okay. For each attacking creature? So you could play that on someone else's turn. I like that.
Exactly.
I like that, and I think we want to put that in... Okay, I don't know why Galta got put in evasion, but we're going to go ahead and put that on here. I'm not going to do recursion. I'm going to actually just put that with, like, keep strong creatures. Because Experiment 1 is going to stick around, and so is this Phytotitan.
Would you not just put Rancor with Pump? Because is that not what it is? like evasion pump. None of our our pump stuff needs to not have evasion. Like in this day and age, all your +1s should be giving haste, trample, or something else.
I just don't want to, like, I'm not going to count. I don't want to count the brawn and anger and pump, but I guess we'll put them in there for now.
Well, for lack of a better term, I usually term them like combat for generic catch-all of this is what's going to help me do combat damage. So haste helps with that, trample, and obviously double strike and making it bigger in general all help get it through.
There is a brand new land that I really... So it's a man land that's a 3/4, and when it attacks, another creature gets +2/+0, and untap that creature. So then we build a block with it. Probably not our commander, but
let me give you some better options than Phytotype.
I don't... Show me a replacement before you remove it. That's what I'd like you to show me.
I'm gonna give you some better options.
You tell me the better option and we'll look into it.
I know I don't have any off the top of my head, but I know there's better options than that. Saruk the Hunt Caller is kind of a favorite of mine in these kinds of decks. He's a 5/4 for 4/2 and a green. Here, I'll just add him in because I forget I don't have to read things as much. Saruk the Hunt Caller, but he's going to give our commander haste. So.
It is a single target creature, which I think is...
It is, but most of the time, I think in this deck, we're going to have creatures before or after him, so we're probably only going to be needing one other creature to have haste at a time. You know, he comes in after your commander, so then all he's really doing is he's a 5/4. But then he gives all your other creatures after that haste, and then when you recast your commander, he's most likely giving haste. The only thing I don't like about it is our commander's a base 2/2, so there has to be at least one other creature for it to get the haste effect. So maybe Saruk doesn't stick around in the long run.
How do we add a category? Actually, how do we add a category?
I'm not sure. You're the one who's been adding categories, I think.
I've only renamed.
Oh.
What's a category that we don't have that we can add to then? There's got to be a way to add a category. A right click. Search, deck history, card action. Move to category. And then there's set categories. Tokens. And then I'm going to rename tokens to... Man,
I'm sure there's a better way of doing that.
Save that because
we could double check our creature totals at the end, but I got a feeling Adventure Awaits will be good in this deck as a draw card. Because this is going to be a creature focused deck. Adventure Awaits lets you look at your top 5, pick a creature, and then you may put it in your hand or put them on the bottom and then draw a card. So most of the time, you're getting your best creature out of the top 6. I don't know. Pretty handy. I don't
know how I feel about that one, but we'll come to it in a second.
If we have less than 30 creatures, then we don't need it. But considering our commander doesn't function without a big creature, that kind of card selection seems like it'd be pretty advantageous. And it's only for 2 mana, so we can do it before our commander comes out, depending on how things turn out.
I think, how many cards are we at? So we've been working on this for almost 40 minutes, but we're at, actually don't see, we're at 46 cards. We have 10 lands. That's probably going to go to 35 minimum. So we're 25 cards away. So that's 60, 71. So we're about 30 cards away. I think I'm ready to look at this on EDH Rec. So I'm going to go to look at this on EDH Rec if you want to join me. And so the Stompy Aggro Voltron Warriors 1/1 counters. This is rank. There's only 226 decks. It's a 0.004%. Rank 1899. That's not great. If we go for Stompy, let's see what we have. Nessian Boar. I would agree. Would you agree with Nessian Boar? I think you have that in.
Yeah, Nessian Boar is good. I believe it gives Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. No?
It does nothing.
Okay,
It's on
a different boar.
It's on the screen right now. So it's all creatures that block it have to. So you can attack into somebody and leave them open with your commander, who will then be a 12/12. And when it's blocked, you draw a card. So if you attack into somebody and they block with 100 goblins, you draw 100 cards, and then you lose the game.
No. I think you're mistaken. I believe they draw the cards. Where I'm not seeing it.
No, that creature's controller draws a card. You are correct. You are. You can.
Yeah.
Oh, they draw 100 cards. They lose the game. That's interesting. That's so weird. Anyways, it is a 10/6, 4/5 mana. That's pretty good low curve.
Yeah.
It's only 15 cents. A lot of people have decided. Oh, look at this. You're gonna love this so much. Hunted Troll. Hunted Troll. Someone gets 3 blue fairies, but it's an 8/4 for 4 mana. And it has regenerate, so I'm going to put it into the creatures that stick around category because you can regenerate it. I think that's the lowest amount of mana right after our commander for the highest toughness. Other than Galta, which we would have to have another creature for. For 4 mana, I don't think we're going to get 8/4 quicker.
I'm adding while you're.
Well, this is how do you feel about?
I'm adding in removal.
I've really love
Beast Within, Atraxas Fall, and Kenris Transformation as removal.
Atraxas Fall. Sure. I like that. I don't know how I feel about Beast Within, only because we might have a better option than the same mana as our commander. How do you feel about Malignus?
I don't know that there's a lot of Malignus. You mean Legify? Legify is fine. Oh, bomb. That's what you're talking about. Okay.
How is Malignus as a bomb? I know our commander's going to have trample as well, but let's just say that's something that's going to happen. It's going to have toughness equal to half the highest life total, so 20 at the maximum. So if someone's taken...
It gets worse the longer the game goes on. I don't like that too much. You get to the end game when your opponent is at 10.
Sure, for
your
7,
opponent's at 10 life and you're just trying to finish off.
7's a little pricey for something like that. I would agree for something that's gonna get worse.
We don't have enough.
Oh, perfect. Well, we didn't think that this is a triggered ability, so we can add Wolfgar in. So Wolfgar is going to double our trigger ability. So then our commander is going to get +X twice. So then it would kill somebody in one hit. So I'm going to put that in as a bomb. Comes in after our commander. Maybe we play our commander. We play the Hunted Troll. Then we play Wolfgar. Our commander is going to get 16/16. So she'll be 18/18. Not quite there. Mana Gorger Hydra. If I can...
we don't have enough. We got to step adding creatures that don't give our commander evasion. Our commander is wimpy. Like we have like 4 things giving it keywords, and 2 of them are
Okay,
haste.
well then here, this is what we'll do. Let's add another. I have another bomb that's another finisher, and it's Xenagos. So Xenagos does what our commander does, but it does it after. And this pricing on Xenagos is a little. So Xenagos does what our commander does, but it's also a 6/5. So it would attack. It would attack and trigger, and it's at the beginning of combat. It's gonna get another creature gets haste and XX, where X is that creature's power, so double it. And then when she attacks, she could steal that. So if you've got Galta, he becomes 24/24. Then she copies it when she goes to attack. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna add in. No, that's a high mana cost. I don't want to add in the 8 mana.
How do we feel on one last big creature here? How do we feel about Sheltering Ancient? So this is the.
I like Sheltering Ancient if we're already using risky cards like Nessian Boar.
To me, the Nessian Boar is a finisher. I'll put it in. I'm gonna put that in bombs, and then I'm gonna add the. I'm just gonna add this to creatures. I don't think there's anything special to do with the Sheltering Ancient. It's just a 5/5 creature for 2 mana. Okay. Didn't think about this as a. I'm gonna add this worm, and it's gonna go into the land ramp, and then I'm gonna add some deserts. So I'm gonna add the deserts.
Oh, sorry. What worm did you add?
So I added that worm in that fetches a desert if it's in the grave.
If you want bad creatures that fetch, I could give you better options.
It's not a bad creature that fetches because it's also a creature that comes in after our commander.
No, that's
Who's
fine. I
also
can give you
6/5.
some better options then. If you're looking for weird janky land ramp, I can do you
I
better.
don't think that's too janky. There's a red green desert.
Do any of the deserts enter untapped? Because in a deck this low to the ground, we don't need deserts that enter tapped.
We don't have any cards that enter tapped right now. No, we have very few. Minimalistic. I think we might have 5 or less. With me adding these deserts.
What?
So the number of lands that we have tapped are going to be 1. We'll remove the Spiral Canal then. One, two. Yeah, we have 5 lands that are tapped. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
So I like Greater Tanuki and Beanstalk Giant as creatures that can also substitute as ramp better than your worm.
Well, you know what's funny is you pick one of those and then put it over there and we have 10 land ramp. So which one do you like better? Beanstalk Giant or Greater Tanuki? I think the Tanuki is just better.
In this deck, so the problem is the Tanuki's the worst ramp. The Beanstalk gets the land that enters untapped, which is better than what the Tanuki can do with the channel. But yeah, having a Trampler 5/6 is better than a iffy 7. So I don't like ramping for 3 to get 1 land in this deck.
No. Here's another. So right now we're looking at a couple of things so that we're going to have to clean up. So we're going to have to clean up the price of the deck, and we're going to need to add the basic lands in. So I think now is a good time to... There is a good pie down here. So we've got... Our cost is mostly green, and...
We got 22 creatures as of right now. How many cards are in the deck?
So we're at 58 cards, and we're at where I would think we would add 24 lands. If we add 24 lands in, it looks like it's going to be a 16 and 8 mountain. So I'll go ahead and add mountain, and we're going to add that to 8. And we'll go for forest. And we're going to add that to 14 or 16. So we're at 82 cards. So we need 18 more cards. Do we have 10 draw? No. Is there a card on here that you put in that is draw that we haven't added to the draw?
Hitter's Transformation is technically draw, but I think it's more important it's hard. I don't see a way to tag these cards twice.
If we right click on it, we can do something with it. And I don't know. I mean, we can add that as a draw. I don't necessarily know how far we are with like the draw then. Like, I don't know if we should. Here, I'm actually gonna... I don't think we should add Beast Within, so...
There's just not a better removal in these colors.
That's the problem. We're not gonna have the budget to add that in for what it's doing. There's better removal in these colors. You are not even...
There's not another card in these colors that can destroy any permanent.
While you may be correct, I don't necessarily know if we're going to really need to destroy permanents as much as we're going to need to destroy, like, just creatures.
Add in Lignify for now.
That still allows creatures to block. And you already have Kenra's Transformation in. I don't know if we need both. Because we also don't have any board wipes right now.
I always go for 10 target removal. That's just me.
I do too.
Old-fashioned.
I also do that. There's nothing old-fashioned about it. We just also don't have any board wipes.
Sure. We also don't have 10 removal yet.
No, but I'm going and grabbing some more. Artifact, creature, enchantment, and land for four mana is not bad.
Oh yeah, this is good in this deck. We're gonna add in my favorite Lord of the Rings card, the Elephant, who just happens to have mountain cycling for one, and it is a 6 mana trampler that gives a target attacking creature +2 and trample to end a turn.
Should we not also add in the other card that's the tree folk then?
Probably, I always forget what that tree folk does, what it's called.
Just type in Lord of the Rings cycling cycle, because
That's.
there's one for every color.
Oh, I'm not trying to use Google.
Sorry. For draw, I think I am just gonna add in creatures we control, like draw. So
No, add in Ingaruk's Wake because it gives trample. So even if it doesn't draw on all of our creatures, it'll draw us on most, and it'll give our commander trample.
it'll also give our commander +2/+2 because
Ingaruk's Wake does not do that.
Yeah, it's Return of the Wild Speaker.
Yes, that is an instant speed draw over Anthem.
It's non-humans.
It is not human.
But that's fine, because it'll give a buff to one of our non-humans that will then copy that +3/+3 on to when we copy the attack.
That's true, but then that almost forces us to use the card like a sorcery, and I think there's better pumps if we're going to be using it at sorcery. But there might not be better cards that also could draw, so I don't know. I think you were concerned about budget. Is Wild Speaker a budget card?
It is.
Okay.
It's only $1. For budget, Colossal Majesty is going to be our cheapest draw for at the beginning of a turn. I think the card that you're talking about is Garruk's Uprising.
Yeah, so that's why I never remember it, is the Force Cycling Lord of the Rings card creates food tokens and has reach, and it's a 5/7 for 6, so it's not my favorite combatant.
So we are 12 cards away. We're missing 2 draw. We're missing.
You like weird stuff. How do you feel about pulling it up here? Tree Shaker Chimera. I would probably like it over that boar. Where did it go?
It is 2 more mana than that boar and 2 more power less than that boar.
But it's
also 13 more cents than the boar as well.
Well, it could also draw us cards.
That's true, but at turn 7, I just don't know if we need to draw 3 cards when it dies on turn 7. I think we might have better options than that. I think that might not be. That might just be cutting it the curve until we just don't care. You know what though?
I don't think we're gonna have good.
Well, as far as like cheating cards out, I think Sunbird's Invocation is probably a must. It's 50 cents. It's gonna cheat us our cards out. Do we have like a cheat cards out category at the moment or no? Here, I can.
No, I wouldn't.
I'll change this to like just value. I'm just gonna change that to value. I'm gonna put Sunbird's Invocation in value, and then I'm gonna move that to just creatures.
I added in Molten Monstrosity. It costs X less, where X is the powered creatures you control, and it would be an 8 cost, so 7 and a red, trample 5/5. But in this deck, it's probably gonna cost, 1 or 2 mana.
I kind of want to put Warstorm Surge in as another like finisher, or maybe
I don't think we have enough of a draw and casting engine that.
I'm trying to fix that. So I'm trying to like I'm anticipating for Sunbird's Invocation to be a good fix for that. Is there I know we don't have a lot of creatures that share, so something like a wild pair probably wouldn't be too great
No.
because they have a lot. We have a lot of offset creatures. Would Rickshar's Expertise be good? Do we have a lot of 5 mana or lower cards? Because I think I like that better than Rickshar's Expertise. I think I like better as a late game draw.
Rishkar, but yes.
I like that better than the. I'm removing your Chimera.
That's fine. Looking at our mana curve, we've got.
I gotta Google search and Google like auto Rickshar's Expertise because I guess I can't guess the spelling. Rishkar.
I said that. I said it was Rishkar.
You didn't say it loud enough. I thought you were just saying it to yourself. And I like Rishkar's Expertise. It's manageable to cast and it's manageable in the price, and it'll give us a 5 mana card out of our hand while it draws us cards, and we can cast it after our commander has attacked. Do we like Ronos? I know Ronos is
Yes, we like Ronos, but Ronos is $3 to $5 depending on which version you're looking at. Both Ronuses are good in this deck.
I'm wanting to get rid of your Guardian Augmenter that's $7.
I want to get rid of your Xenagos, but
I would be willing to get rid of Xenagos only because I found the Ashroot Animist.
No, Guardian Augmenter was just a thought. We can get rid of that just because of budgetary concerns.
It also only targets the commander, with the hexproof, which I just don't think is strong enough for what we're trying to do. Is there something that would only stick around for a turn that's really big? Not a lot of people have made this commander. They do not like this commander.
You know what else is in these colors that's a similar style? Is Wolverine the best there is?
You know that's going to be way too expensive for us to be able to put in.
No. I'm just saying, maybe look at a deck like that for ideas. If you want to go to EDH Rec, but I also happen to have a deck list for that I never built it, but I'm looking. There's a card I'm trying to remember the name of. I thought there was a card that gives hexproof and fights.
One of the better removals we have an option to play. So we don't have a lot of ramp right now. Or we don't have a lot of ways to play more than like a creature a turn.
No,
put a creature.
I don't know that you can easily rectify that at the moment.
What, swapping gears to that format?
We've added in too many big creatures for you to be.
Well, I just want a way to get them out. Like, other than Sunbird's Invocation, we're gonna need some other kind of bomb that's gonna let us, like, bring creatures out like we want.
14 mana ramp and a nice curve. Like, you just cast them.
Sure.
I'm adding in Tavir's Stand. It's instant speed, X and a green. Target creature gets XX, hexproof, and indestructible to end a turn.
And you're putting that in. Okay, yeah.
I know that is
There's
a
a cheaper
$2 card.
Snakeskin Veil. Actually, there's a new card, the new snake card. The new snake card is actually better than that. So the new snake card is Gift of the Viper. Put a counter, a reach counter, a death. Oh, you know what? Never mind. That's not the one I was thinking of. I guess I was thinking of them combined.
Is Blossoming Defense? No, this version is cheaper, but still a little pricey. Blossoming Defense is another option, which is slightly cheaper.
It's the energy one. I'm aware of the, or not.
Is it?
It's not even an energy one. It was in my
No,
energy deck.
it's just
It's the same thing.
It doesn't have the indestructible that Tavir does, or the potential to be a big pump.
It is a +1/+1.
It's always +2/+2, whereas Tavir, you have to spend 3 for it to be a +2/+2.
Snakeskin Veil is very similar to both of those. It's just hexproof and a counter. Do you want the temporary buff for a turn, or would you want a counter?
Just a single counter. Does it give?
It's a hexproof and a counter, and it's an instant speed. So do you want a 2/2 for the end of the turn, like Blossoming Defense, or do you want a cheaper, or do you want a different version of that? I kind of like Tyvar Stand turning into the counter and hexproof. The indestructible is nice, but it is another $2 card.
No, I mean you could swap it for that for now.
Hold on. Put both in because I didn't take your card out. So then we would still need 5, so we can just have both in. So we can.
Are we aiming for a $100 budget?
No, but I don't think our budget is. I don't know how accurate this budget is because it's not removing the cards that we normally remove. It doesn't count forests, which is good. It is counting the $6, $7 or $8 in our snowlands, which we're not gonna do. Salt some.
I was looking at that. That seems like a gimmicky thing.
Well, I'm just trying to see how to read it. So, the average salt sum is 4, and the median. So, are we higher or lower? So, our salt sum is lower?
I'm sure you've heard the concept that people tossed around of creating a rating cards based on 3 to 4, 4 being CEDH level and 0 being, a generic mountain.
The thing that's supposedly going to happen soon. Yeah.
No. Oh no, I guess it would be similar, but it would be more of the idea of you can have so many of these cards. So then you would have to total your deck up to, like, say you could only have 20 cards total, and 4 being the most salty card, meaning we have.
Now that's not.
Like
that's not
7 or 8 cards. No, but that's how this website's aggregating it. Is people have voted.
It actually. Or you're just reading the information.
I'm not. I mean, I kind of am.
I know what you're saying for sure.
At the end of
I
the
just
day,
also know
people
that
voted on it, so salt means whatever it is, whatever it meant to the people who voted on it. So I don't know how much stock we should put in that salts were.
well, at the moment it's entirely an EDH rec thing, which they do have the most vocal crowd for Commander, to my knowledge, for a website for so. So we're at 94 cards, so we'll need to finish up adding a few more cards in, and then we're gonna have to do the budget separately from today, and then I can link that together, and then we'll print and proxy and playtest this deck at least once. We will both print and proxy this deck and play it once and see how god awful that it is. Because we can't just talk about this deck and not play it. We'll give it to our good friend Branson, and Branson is one of the best deck testers. He will be able to tell us all about this deck in probably like 5 minutes flat. The ins, the outs, the wrongs. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of garbage in here. Do we have what's the total number of creatures that we do have though? What are we? Creature? No. Creature category. Land. Where are you seeing the total number of creatures that's not our own fate category?
Where did I have? I had it.
Cost, average mana value, color, probability, drawing a card.
Where was it? I had it. Oh, it's at the very, very bottom of the page. And then you change it to quantity of, and you change it to types. So we have 23 creatures.
Quantity of types. Okay. So 23 creatures. And we need how many more cards? Six more cards. We need 5 board wipes. And I think that's where we're going to have to put the 6 cards. I think we can... I will agree that we can take this Fido Titan out. However, that is going to have to turn into a board wipe for 5 board wipes, and then 2 more removal, and that'll be 7 cards.
Don't take the Fido Titan out yet.
It's gone. Like, we can add it back in if we really need to.
Oh, it's still in on mine. I think you took something else out.
No, it's gone. I changed the categories. You might need to...
It's under keep strong creatures.
That category doesn't exist anymore. Are you seeing?
Why is this not updating?
Refresh your page. I'll refresh my page as well.
Okay.
All the cards are gone. No, it's okay. I'm joking. All the ads are back. I refreshed the page. Okay, so we need 2 more removal, and we need 5 board wipes. I don't know if we have board wipes that exist other than there is Windstorm, but there is another one.
I mean, it depends. You want one-sided board wipes, or what do you want here?
So we're going to do Squall Line. So Squall Line is... Actually, no, yeah, we want Squall Line. So Squall Line is going to count as a flying-only board wipe, but it also earthquakes and deals damage to our opponent, or to each player. We don't have another category. How do we add a category? I'm going to have to add an actual board wipe in and see what it says.
Put it under removal.
Well, I'm going to add a real board wipe in. Theft. So we're going to put that board wipe in here, and then we're going to rename theft to board wipe. What's going to happen is my categories are probably going to be this forever, so every time I make a new deck, I bet our categories are going to be forever messed up. Okay, so then I'm going to remove Mob Rule, or keep Mob Rule as a board wipe. Your choice. It is $4.
Mob Rule as a board wipe. It's $4?
It is $4 now, yes.
Oh, I hate this game.
It's not great.
It's always going to be a 60-cent card to me.
So I have a weird board wipe. It's a Whip Tongue Hydra.
It's a sorcery speed 6 mana. But like, ugh, it should not be $4. Whip Tongue Hydra.
My argument for this is it'll at least get big, so then our commander can copy it.
Yeah, no, that's not bad in this deck. I'm fine with that.
I'll take Mob Rule out. That's a little
Well,
pricey.
no. Well, that's fine. I was just gonna say we don't need 2 flying focused board wipes, in my opinion.
That's all green has. I don't know if you're all green, red, and has.
Well, no.
Flying
Red
focus
has
board wipes?
more. Red has other stuff. We're just not there yet.
That's not true.
Red has other stuff.
That will hit us as well. Only stuff that'll hit our creatures as well.
You gotta be more creative, my man.
You have access to the editing as well. You're able to put them in. Tell me what you think that you can put in that's a good red. Or I've built a lot of red and green decks, and I don't know if there's another board wipe like you're describing. I don't think there is. I think the best that you can do is you can turn something into an artifact and you can destroy it.
Oh, what is it? What's the... Let me find out here real quick. This is close. Oh, I think I know what it's called. Just...
I'm really wanting to add Vandal Blast in, even though it's like $4.
Man, every card I want to add's $1.
Vandal Blast is $5.
Where did it go? Okay, it did go to removal. Disrupt Decorum. Go to all creatures you don't control. 4 mana.
Sure, that'll be the only. I still don't think we're gonna get to 5 without another flying focus board wipe.
No, we can. Here. Give me. I'll get you some more creative options.
Oh, you know what? No, actually, I have a good idea. Awesome. I have a great idea. Oh my gosh, he's $7. Apex Altosaurus.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
And it can only take a combination of 10. Oh, it's 5. Yeah, it can only take a combination of 10. If we're going to add that in, we have to add in... we're going to have to add Quicksilver Amulet in. We don't really have a choice.
You know, as far as our total is concerned, we're not doing very good on price. It's going to take a lot of work.
Is there another get a creature out of your hand for free card other than Beeble's Portal or Quicksilver Amulet?
There are. I mean, you want to add in the Boar God. Another $2 card. Can't think of the name of the board.
Oh, Through the Breach. Check this out. Through the Breach is Through the Breach is also $5. No.
Your Raised Boar is cheaper. There you go. Under ramp for some reason.
It's okay. We'll put it under value. So we're missing 1 card, and I'd like to add another removal. There's got to be another Gruul. There's another Gruul removal we're missing.
There is. There's the 3 damage, destroy an artifact, or do both, I think, or something like that. Oh no, I'm thinking of two different cards. A Braid is 3 damage to a creature or destroy an artifact. And that's 2 mana instant, I believe. Which we could add, but I know that there's a Gruul version that's better.
Ooh, Thunderous Debut is actually cheap to fit in here. So Thunderous Debut is 7, bargain, sack an artifact token or enchantment. And look at the top 20. You can reveal 2 creatures and you put them on the battlefield if they're bargained, and if not, you put them in your hand. I think we would be able to bargain that. By sacking an artifact or enchantment?
I'm sorry, let me find the card because bargain is a weird mechanic, and I want to make sure I
No,
explain
it says it on the card. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast the spell. It's
Where's
on
the card?
Thunderous Debut under value because it's our cheat cards out.
I hate everything about this list. Okay, the way it's organized. I mean, okay, Thunderous Debut.
I think I'm gonna get that card for a few more of my decks as well. There are a lot of decks that I could get rid of an artifact or a token to be able to do that. Honestly, the Worm deck is my number one option for that. I bet I could fit that in the Worm deck.
Yeah, no, that's not bad for a penny on the dollar card.
Our problem is we're just gonna need another. We need another removal.
I'm working on it. Give me. I'm trying to. Can't remember the name of every card. I'm trying to find it.
So we got Hull Breach and Decimate. Cloth's Will is okay, but I don't know how you feel about that. It's each creature with that. It's the dragon one that's X green or X red green. Choose one or both. X destroy X artifacts or enchantments, or X damage to each creature without flying.
No, Cloth's Will is as good as you could get in some decks, but again, if you're concerned about destroying our creatures,
just a little. I just wouldn't want to.
A Braid's probably the best I can offer without doing. I know there's another one, but a Braid's the best I could think of off the top of my head, so I'm gonna add it in. Instant speed, 3 damage to target creature, or destroy an artifact. 2 mana. And that, in these days, that can get... Destroy an artifact can get a lot of important pieces. And 3 damage can also hit more commanders than you would think. It hits our commander before we attack with it.
Not in a good way. I kind of like, as a board wipe, the dragon, when he dies, he deals 5 damage to everything without flying. And the reason I like that is, well, I guess that would wipe our own board if someone would just play that and wipe our own board while we're attacking, and then we'd be out. So I take that back. Well, we're at 100 cards, so we're done.
Okay.
It's acting like our deck is $150, which I think we could not make it $150 several different ways.
So we're gonna refine this list and
oh yeah, later.
Analyze it after we've made our final touches to it.
We will make that a separate recording.
All right. Any final thoughts, Austin?
This deck sucks, and it's gonna be hell to play. I don't think. I think it's going to be a worse version of your deck that you like to play, and I think it's going to be not the version of the deck that I would want to play. But that's completely because we've got a random commander.
A combat-based deck that has no evasion, no card draw or card recursion, or protection. Not gonna be a good time.
But I think it's just because it's red and green only. I think if we had green and white, this would have been fine. Even, I almost prefer this to have been a red and black deck, because fear and so many other ways to not, like, if that were just a black card, or even a Jund, red, black, and green, that would have been perfect. Because then you would have had recursion for zombifying cards, so then cards would come back and be big. There's plenty of good black board wipes. A lot of good black removal as well to help you hit creatures where you want to trample over. Like, I think if this creature were just black, red, green, and that was it, I think this would have been so much better. I don't know. I wouldn't just want another white deck with this. I don't know. We're going to have to see how this works. Right now, it's acting like the most money is in our board wipes and our bombs and protection. Because I guess we've got some money tied into our... I guess Haro went up to... No, it's not Haro. I guess crop rotation sitting at $2 is... Well, we're going to have to see if we're going to keep that.
Yeah.
What about
I would go with
how do you
cultivate
think...
over... Oh, I mean...
and here, hold on. Can we draw... can we goldfish from... Oh, yeah, there is a playtester. Let's just playtest it once.
Okay, here, I'll take out Wolverine. I just wanted to throw this up here real fast, because that's the disparity of... That's a card that makes itself bigger, and protects itself.
So we got a decent hand, actually. We got no ramp, but we got some pieces. You're seeing this right now, right?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Okay. Give me just a second for me to screen share this. Okay, so I'm screen sharing now. So you can take a look at this.
Okay.
I don't think this hand is awful, but I also think this hand is very selective. Keep this hand.
No, that's a decent hand.
Start with that tapped, and then we go to next turn, which is where? New game. Where's next turn? Or they don't have next turn. Okay.
Can you draw cards?
Yeah, I can draw.
Okay.
So then we would definitely mountain. Knowing we need to play our commander next turn, I think we would just experiment one here.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then we have to untap everything manually. Okay, so then we got the ability to play our commander, or draw, or remove, or get a big creature out. But if we do play our commander, which I don't even know how wise that would be, but you know what? We can do that. Any ramp. No
well,
ramp.
what does the experiment do? So when we play our commander?
So when we play our commander, it's going to get a 1/1 counter.
Okay.
And then now this next turn, we actually did really well here, so we can play Kedis. And then we could remove or draw, or we could play the Sheltering Ancient. Then that experiment 1 would get another counter. And then our commander could get +5/+5, go to 7/7.
Okay. That's not bad to swing in with.
Oh, look at that. Next
now we have Decimate, or we could easily cast the Hellion.
That is true. And the Hellion does have trample. And the Hellion would also...
So we could use Abrade, Return to Nature, or the Hellion.
The Hellion will also trigger Experiment 1 again, because it doesn't match the power, it just... Oh, well, we're able to do that. And, yeah... Oh,
and then
perfect. We can
my role for gold fishing is once we get past turn 7, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so we can start over. New game.
But I would say at that point we had access to removal, and we were able to
How do you feel about this hand? If we
Uh,
were just to draw one land, it would be fine.
sure.
Let's keep this hand.
What? No.
We drew Rampant Growth. Well, we weren't going to be doing anything turn one other than this anyway, so let's see what happens. Oh, we're out of the game. Okay. Let's go
Gonna
back.
need a little work, Chief. Oh, that's a better hand.
Is it? Is it 7 mana, 4 mana?
Oh no, that's not so good. I can't.
No, let's keep it. We draw. Oh, yeah, we gotta that out. Draw again. Yeah, we're just gonna
Nope.
play Kedis. Or yeah, we'll just play Kedis.
Yeah, play Codes.
Draw again.
Or to be
Oh my
fair,
gosh,
if we're behind like that and we thought we were gonna be mana screwed, we probably should have abraded and got rid of somebody's mana ramp. But
That's bad.
keeps you on parity.
Oh, perfect hand. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, keep that. Draw for turn. Definitely a forest into a soul ring. Into a lightning greaves.
Wow.
Pass turn. Oh my god. Definitely play a mountain. And we're gonna go for 3 to Domri. And then next turn. Oh my god, Wolverine.
He's not. I thought I took him out.
we're 101 cards, which is fine. What does Wolverine do?
He does everything we wish our commander could.
So you're just telling me that we should just swap this? We should Tuya Bearclaw is a perfect 99 for Wolverine.
Yeah.
Double all damage he would do.
That's all I was trying to get at. How
much is he?
That's power creep. Oh, at least $20-$30.
Good.
He's a secret layer.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He's
your
secret
commander.
layer card. Yeah.
No, he's your commander. It doesn't matter for pro budget. What do you mean? If he wasn't a secret layer card, you'd run it?
If he wasn't, he was in. Let's say theoretically, he's in the first Marvel set we get this year. He's still going to be a $30-$40 card because that's just a pretty solid card. There's a lot of synergy with fight cards, and every time he fights, he gets bigger, and he has built-in regeneration. So you could see how it just be one of the better Gruul Voltrons right out the box.
No, for sure. Well, taking Wolverine out, where did he go?
I already took him out, but you started right as I took him out.
Oh, we're at 101 cards then, so what did we do wrong?
Oh, maybe he is in there. Let me go back to the list.
He's scared of me. He's gonna jump out. I don't actually know where he is. Maybe it is entirely possible that we just have too many cards in here. What card would come out? What's the most expensive card?
I would say take out Xenagos.
Xenagos is so good though. He's indestructible and you can't even act like he's not good.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not good, but
Xenagos is better than Kedis. Kedis is $7. Kedis is $1 more than Xenagos.
I don't like Kedis. I don't like Kedis in a deck where the commander doesn't have evasion.
Fine, then we'll take Kedis out, and that saves us $7 and puts us at 100 cards, and Xenagos stays in. Also, I'm just now realizing that we don't have 10 mana dorks.
Yeah, you don't need that, my guy. We have 14 mana ramp total, counting land and rock, which is sufficient for a commander that costs 3 mana.
We'll have to see how this deck plays. We'll play it like this, and then we'll make some observations. This will probably be the worst deck I make of all year. No one has this deck on EDH Rec, by the way. So I guess I'll end our recording here. Out. I didn't mean to I meant to only stop streaming. I didn't mean to. That did stop my streaming, but I didn't mean to stop recording. Yes.